Hello friends, this is Cauldron, back with Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker, and I'm recording this probably far before that you'll actually see it, because I am going to start the Reaper job and see how that goes. And I figured I'd record my questing through there just as I do everything else. So we're going to start here in Ul'dah with the Flustered Attendant. I know that this job has like the shadow and has a scythe, but I don't know anything about the mechanics of it or the story, so I'm curious. The Killer Instinct. The Flustered Attendant is in need of someone with a knack for chasing off ruffians. That sounds like me, I guess. Flustered Attendant. You there! You're the fighting sort, yes? And by the looks of it, one of no mean skill. My employer is in desperate need of a woman of your talents, you see. He's been beset by threats from an unsavory group of thugs known as the Lemurs. Lemurs are adorable. How is that a thug name? Their leader demands my master part with some of his considerable wealth, or, well, I'll just tell you they call her the Reaper and leave the rest to your imagination. We don't intend to acquiesce to these churlish demands without a fight, and a stout arm by our side would go far to ensure our survival. Your arm, perhaps? In case the opportunity to perform a good deed isn't enticement enough, please be reminded that my master possesses considerable wealth. If you would aid us, come with haste to the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, where we make our stand against these brutes. Okay, let's, I don't know, let's protect some random dude from some random thugs. That said, the Flustered Attendant said that it was the thieves, like the brute thief that was blackmailing, who I assume is Gigilio, that called themselves the Reaper, so, or called herself the Reaper. So, are the Reapers thieves? So it's playful music, not like you're about to die music. Wah! Ah, you, Gigilio. Must be the master. You know why you're here, and if you mean to lay a finger on my coin purse, you'll have to pry it from my cold... Oh, no, he thinks I'm the Reaper. Flustered Attendant. Master Gigilio, she's a friend. The adventurer has agreed to help. We'll show the Reaper what her empty intimidations are worth. Yeah, don't get all sassy on me, Potato. Drusilla. Ah, I see. My apologies, madam. Tensions have been high as of late. I'm sure you can understand. For reasons that elude me, these lemurs have made my life a waking nightmare. Sight unseen, they have demanded I begun paying them for the luxury of my own life. Rumors abound of their origins. Some say they are the detritus of some barbaric nation. They flaunt our laws and threaten their betters with impunity. Oh man, I'm on Team Reaper now. Anyone who calls themselves the betters of someone else, yeah, I'm on Team Reaper. They're led by a dead-eyed killer who draws her scythe at the smallest slight. Refuse their payments of coin, and she takes her share of your lifeblood instead. Rubbish, I say. Reaper. The Reaper is naught but a toothless bandit. That seems unlikely. Interesting theory you have there. Care to test it? Who is this? This is Reaper McReaperface? Oh, yeah, she's got a scythe. Yep. You aren't Gigilio. You're the Reaper. Oh, she's an old woman. I love it. I already love it. Oh, you're a perceptive one, ain't you? Suppose that's how you came to be in possession of so many shiny things. And what do we have here? Hire and more help while our ledgers remain unbalanced? You wouldn't be trying to wriggle your way out of paying us for a job well done, would you? Oh, okay. So, so the Reaper is like a mercenary, and Gigilio is trying to squirrel his way out of a deal, out of a debt. You've hired these lemurs before? The Reaper. My, how do you keep the lies straight? You didn't tell your hired muscle here what great friends we were? So great, in fact, that you trusted none other than me and mine to put the scare into your competition. Yeah, so these are hired. Yeah, these were his hired muscle. A job we were happy to do. You can't find your fortune in this fair city without stepping over a fair few bodies on the way, after all. But as flexible as our morals are, I'm afraid without the coin to bend them, we only have one recourse. Unless... yeah, I'm not sacrificing myself for this asshole. Why are you sizing me up? The Reaper. One does wonder how you found yourself with a bodyguard of such uncommon metal. Aye, not an ounce of fear in that gaze, and not a mote of puffed-up arrogance either. This last, my dear Giglio, is the genuine article. Yeah, I'm quite a tough potato. She has what we in the mercenary trade call the killer instinct. Yeah, I'm skeptical. My Kakushu's skeptical, I'm not. The Reaper. How is this? For the sake of our long-standing friendship, I'll make it simple. Allow me to take this adventure off your hands, and the debt is forgiven. I mean, I'm not like a barter chip, but you seem cool enough, and I want to join you. Giglio, what? That's all? It is. I believe this is what them in your trade would call a bargain. As for you, adventurer, it seems you've been made a free agent. But if you're still inclined to put those instincts of yours to use, come and visit us at our headquarters in Pearl Lane. The door is open. Okay. The tall old Grim Reaper lady is already an amazing character. It's also so rare that we get like badass old women in video games, and to have the Reaper woman as that, yes, it's a yes from me. Loyal Lemur. The boss told me you'd be coming. You'd be along. Coming in? Yes, I am. Let's go into the Lemur's headquarters. Boss, the guest of honor's arrived. She's got those scaly pants we've seen in other Endwalker zones. The Reaper. Ah, the savior of Alamigo and Doma deigns to appear before me. I do. I have heard all about you. It's hard not to in this line of work. The stories paint you as ferocity incarnate, a force of nature few have survived. Peace, friend. I've no desire to put the killer to the proof personally. I don't have a death wish. You can call me Drusilla. I'm a Reaper, one of many, and the leader of this little family here. As to why I invited you into our home? There's a job I'd like you to take care of for me. Drusilla. I only know one Drusilla, and that's from Angel. Or from Buffy and Angel. Depends on the job. I won't work with criminals and thieves. No, depends on the job. I absolutely work with the criminals and thieves. Now, don't you worry that virtuous heart of yours. I wouldn't ask you to do so much as bend the law. This job is purely for the benefit of your fellow man. I kind of doubt that. All you have to do is kill one for me, though perhaps kill ain't the right word, seeing as he's already dead. I guess I've killed ghosts before, haven't I? Maybe I haven't, I don't know, actually. Don't look so surprised. I know you've seen the dead walk. That's right, I've killed zombies at the least. This time you'd be up against a void scent, come here to unleash its singular brand of wickedness upon the world. It won't be an easy task. The evil driving this monster is black as the void and near as deep. Countless souls have succumbed to its hunger. Worthy prey for one inclined to heroics, don't you think? You can't face it as you are, though. Storied as your strength may be. I'll need to train you in techniques that let you pierce the void and slaughter its kin. So this isn't about the dead, because the void scent aren't the dead. They're not, they're just, like, shadow beasts. They're not actually like spirits of the dead, I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong though. Yeah, keep talking. I'm interested. What are you sniffing? Oh, were you giving me your soul crystal, of course. Oh no, you were a Garlean. That's what you were hiding. Okay. Don't see many Garleans in Ul'dah, do you? Let alone ones as savage as this. Save your startled gasps. I'm not out of surprises yet. Okay, yeah, so now you're also passing this to me. Hold your hand out to the crystal here. If you're made of the stuff I think you are, then you are in for a treat. Definitely interested. This isn't what usually happens when I get a soul crystal. That's it. I knew you had what it takes. This looks friggin' awesome. I've never seen one of these up close. I knew that there was like a specter of some kind. I didn't know it had 0 eyes though. This would be an avatar, a manifestation of your essence and the Stygian power of the void sent on the other side. A void sent to which, if you choose, you will bind yourself. Binding myself to a void scent doesn't sound like the smartest move. You'll gain skills unlike anything you've ever known. Skills that have allowed people like me to operate in the shadows and kill those that need killing since time immemorial. I can't speak today, young lassie. And your first assignment, should you choose to accept it, is to use the power of one void sent against another for the betterment of the realm. Your reward will be the wisdom of countless generations of Garlean assassins. Interesting. So this is going to be like a typically like a very Garlean job. I didn't expect that at all. But if siding with my kind makes your stomach churn, if the thought of having one foot in the void twists force them moon's blood, tiger cowardice, and blah blah blah. If you have any concern for the sanctity of your soul, then take your virtue and piss off. So I like her, but I also don't like when it moves that fast without me being able to control it. However, if you've none of the aforementioned objections, I don't think I do, even though some of it was too fast for me to read, and you don't mind walking the knife's edge twixt life and death, I always do that, then you'll have the tools to see your justice done and done right, every time. This is the choice you must make, and soon. Every moment our quarry stalks the land is another opportunity for it to do harm. God, your design is so friggin' cool. Go Drusilla. Bum 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 bum. Okay. I take it you've come to a decision, am I right? Yes, I'm absolutely in like Flint. There'll be no turning away once you've chosen, mind you. You'll dance with death and return as its envoy, or you won't return at all. So what'll it be? I will not suffer this void sent to threaten the innocent. I will dance. I'm not much of a dancer, but I want the power to see my justice done. I prefer to keep well clear of death if it's all the same to you. Let's do the middle one. I'm not much of a dancer, but I want the power to see my justice done. Even though I am quite the dancing potato. Very good. Then let's not waste time. Take up this crystal and attest to both worlds that you walk as a reaper. Bind yourself to the void and claim the strength that the weak of heart shun. Though the avatar at your side... Through the avatar at your side does the void sent bring its power to bear, feeding upon the souls of the fiends that you cut down in return. Not a bad arrangement, eh? No, it's okay. But I'm sure you tire of words. Here, the traditional weapon of our order. Let's see how it looks strapped to your back. The killer instincts, we got Soul of the Reaper. Upon the surface of this multi-aspected crystal are carved the myriad deeds of reapers from eras past. Mujik attire and a deep gold war scythe. Bum, 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 bum. Reaper unlocked. Here we go, baby. So this is pretty... Oh, I like that. How it kind of like unlatches mechanically when I unsheath it. That's really sweet. Okay. Soul Gauge unlocked. Soul Gauge can be filled via the execution of certain weapon skills or by defeating enemies with death afflicted with death's design. With sufficient souls stored in the gauge, you can execute actions such as Bloodstalk, Grim Swathe, or Gluttony. Okay, so I'll practice. I'll play with that kind of off camera probably. All right, Drusilla. The harvest begins. Drusilla has a mission in mind for a fledgling Reaper. What is this? Is this the Reaper music? This is like jazzy. This is all full of swag. Drusilla. How do you find the weight of the scythe in your hands? Please and I hope. Now that we have a bit more in common, it's time we became better acquainted. What's the name of our newest Reaper? That's right, you don't even know my name yet. I'm Kukushu. I don't know what her voice is. Kukushu. Doesn't quite roll off the tongue, but so it is with Eorzean names. With every new one I learn, one more is forgotten. Yeah, same with me. Yours can replace Gigilio. After our little conversation, I think he'll give us a wide berth. Yeah, I don't think he'll be bothering us. Any road, we've more worthwhile concerns than shifty merchants. Namely, getting you conversed well and proper in the tricks of our trade, and the best way to do that is through battle. One of the family is having trouble with a particularly vexing fiend, and has sent word asking for assistance. He goes by the name of Arnegus, and he's stationed out near Cutter's Cry. Not much of a fighter, but he's got a keen mind for trade and can find a needle in a stack of needles if need be. We best hurry before he ends up at the bottom of some monster's gullet. I will join you as soon as I have played around at my training dummy and read all my abilities and stuff like that. So I've spent a good long while here at the target dummy trying to practice my rotation, get my hotbar set up, and I think I at least have the basics now, with some help at the end on parts I was confused by from a video called Teegres from YouTuber Teegres FFXIV, who had a great guide on just basic Reaper stuff. So that really helped too. So let's continue. Drusilla. Kukusha, say hello to Arnegus. It's not his real name, of course. He's as Garlean as we come, but I'd say he makes a passable Highlander in the correct light. I guess. He looks pretty awesome. He looks like a Old West gambler or something. Boss, who's this? You sure we should be getting an outsider involved? Thank you for your discretion, Arnegus, but it ain't needed. She has a personal contract with me, so consider her a mercenary in service to the family. Why is she calling this the family? Are we a frickin' mob? Whatever you say in front of me, you can say in front of her. By your will, boss. Chimeria's been making these sands a living hell for anyone who dares wander into its territory, which would be us, since our trade route cuts right through it. Yeah, this is one of my favorite bosses, the Cutter's Cry Chimera, but I definitely know people who hate it more than anything. The men I've hired to carry my goods are scared to death, and I can't blame them. None of us are fit for monster hunting, so I sent for you. Drusilla, we'll see what we can do, Arnegus. Might want to find a rock to hide behind, though. Chimeras ain't known for being the most discriminating of beasts. Yeah, so everyone really respects her. And it doesn't seem just out of fear. It seems like she really is like friggin' godmother here. Time to put your new skills to good use, Kukushu. Okay. Ready, are we? Yep, let's do this, Drusilla. Defeat the Chimera. Speak with Drusilla. Okay. Let's get on with the hunt, eh? We'll need to draw out the Chimera with myrmidon meat. Now, to accustom yourself to the Reaper's tools, harvest the souls of the fallen to call forth your avatar. Reapers can summon their avatar by filling their soul gauge, right? So it seems like every 50 is when they can summon a Reaper, or summon an avatar. The soul gauge will fill when performing combos, okay? The best Reapers fight in tandem with their avatars. Let's see how you do. Let's see how I do. Normally I'll cut out combat portions, but because the whole point of this quest is combat, I'm going to leave this in. Alright, so we go Slice, Waxing Slice, Infernal Slice. Soul Slice and Bloodstalk, and then consume it with either Gibbet or Gallows, whichever is the Dancing Ants. You've taken to killing more quickly than I could have hoped. Nope, there was friggin' a half an hour, 40 minutes at the, Let's move on to the fun bit. Your avatar will help you strike fears into the hearts of your foes. Gibbet will hurt him from the... Oh, right, I forgot about this. Gibbet is flank, Gallows is rear. Guillotine is, Guillotine's the AoE. The Chimera won't be able to resist the smell of blood. Make sure to soak these sands in it. Alright, so... gosh, I'm bad at positional. So, Gallows is rear, right? So flank, then rear. So we're working our way back. Flank, then rear. Okay. Use Gibbet, use Gallows. Alright. Gibbet. That's what I like to see. Gallows will hurt him from behind. Switch off between that and Gibbet to make your attacks even more deadly. Alright, that and that. And I can't really... and then what else does she want me to do? She wants me to use Guillotine. Oh, and I'm forgetting to use Shadow of Death on these two. So, Shadow of Death to start out. Now we have an AoE section. Okay. Spinning Scythe. Nightmare Scythe. And then Guillotine. After the AoE Reaper one, which is Grim Swathe. Okay. Using Guillotine like a true something. Like a true killer. Reap a feast of souls in one fell swoop. The bloodshed should have gotten the Chimera's attention. Alright, steer yourself for a fight. Here we go. Our target arrives. Finish this and I'll let you keep its head as a trophy. Thank you. I appreciate that. So long as your avatar is out at your side, monsters like this are nothing more than easy prey. Show me you've been listening, Kakushu. Give your avatar a feast to remember. Ah, Drusilla's the best. Remember to position yourself. Gibbet from the side, Gallows from the rear. Simple enough, eh? Yeah, but how do I do that one solo? I guess I could use True North, but I'm really bad at using True North. Yeah, it just follows me. Oh, right. I can... Alright, this from the rear, right? Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. And we got it. Nice. Yeah, that was really helpful as just a target dummy with flank and with the ability to flank and rear on it more easily than a regular target dummy. At least then the target dummy the way it's placed in our front yard and in our free company house. Bloody impressive work, that. Thank you, Drusilla. I knew there was something about you, but truth be told, I didn't expect you to make such clean work of that Chimera. I reckon it might even be hard-pressed to match that display. No, I think you would have destroyed me. You know talent when you see it, boss. This is Arneka, sorry. And with that, the ceruleum will flow once more. Yeah, what's the little quizzical head tilt? Drusilla, among his many roles, Arnegas is a merchant of sorts. He sells ceruleum at a price that'd make those gill pinchers at Amagina and Sons balk, but still turns a pretty profit. We can barely keep up with demand despite the occasional beast or two butting into our affairs. All thanks to you, boss, and our countrymen up north, of course. Here's to getting back to business as usual. Yeah, this is weird. We're, like, fully Garlean aligned at this point. I don't know if this is, like, with the Garlean government or just Garleans in general, but it's weird to be on this side of things. Drusilla. Ceruleum ain't easy to come by, as you well know. Amagina and Sons protects their monopoly with a gilded fist, but they've yet to force the Imperial stragglers up north out of the market. Now, before you go running off to the flames, let me assure you that this arrangement is entirely above board. Selling goods to Imperials is forbidden by law, but there's never a reward written about buying from them. Really? Really? Because usually, because buying is giving them gold, giving them gil. Like, when there's trade embargoes, they don't allow you to buy stuff from the people that there are embargoes against generally. Not as far as I know, but we'll go with this for now. Drusilla, I know you Eorzeans like to call Garleans by all sorts of colorful names. Bastards, tyrants, invaders, and we've got all those and worse. But while many a foul deed's been committed for the glory of the Empire, we ain't megalomaniacs to a man. Even amongst the purebloods, those that serve don't always do so by choice. We could be argued we're all casualties of the Great Machina's ambitions. The Great Machina? Is that just a phrase, or is this some Garlean religion I've never heard of? No small number of the Empire's troops would return home in a heartbeat if they could, but the world being what it is, most settle for sending their family what few coins they can afford to part with. Yeah, I believe that. Most Eorzeans wouldn't suffer a whit of color to complicate their black and white view, but if you're going to fight with us, you should learn the truth of our past. I appreciate how upfront and honest she's being. I really do. Long ago, long before the Empire, our forebears lived in Locus Aminus, down in southern Ilsabard. With temperate climes and fertile earth, the land provided. Many of us were but simple farmers, This is the origin of their scythe? That's really cool. But simple farmers harvesting abundant crops with the self-same scythe that the reapers would eventually wield. But gifts are ever the object of envy. When not tilling the fields, our ancestors were forced to defend them. Every year they yielded a few more elms, and some 800 years ago now they were driven from Locus Aminus completely. They fled north to the frozen region that would become Garlemald. Even there they fought tooth and nail for the scant resources of that frigid land. From the fires of hardship were the first Magitech devices forged, and with innovation upon innovation, that humble group of farmers grew into an insatiable empire. I didn't know that any Magitech was in place before Solus came, before Emet-Selch. But before that miraculous twist of fate, we were a dying breed, bereft not only of magic, but of hope itself. No natural advantages to speak of, our mere survival was in question. Yeah, not having magic in a world of magicians is really rough. From harsh necessity were the reapers born. We turned our tools to weapons and struck a bargain with the whispers in the dark. With the void's power, we could strike an army's beaten heart, slay their generals, and throw the rank and file into disarray. Our way is to end battles before the sparks catch, to sacrifice the one for the many, to keep avaricious hands away from family, friends, and lovers. And now this power belongs to you. I wonder if that was tough for you giving that up to a non-Garlean. It sounds like a really culturally significant job, and to give it up to someone who's traditionally an enemy of the Garleans is a big thing. Remember our story. Remember us. Remember what drives a woman to turn to the void, and you'll not be led unto deeper temptations. Thank you, Drusilla. Again, I can't get over this. She's just such a good character. Her design is awesome. Her dialogue is awesome. Her story is cool. She's A+ so far. Our work here is done. Let's see you back at HQ. Alright, see you in a bit. Drusilla. For your first outing, you did good. I think you've earned the right to know just who this lot you've thrown yourself in with is. You might have gathered this yourself, but the lemurs were formed to support those Garleans living in exile. I didn't know that, I guess. Tain't easy to be far from home, let alone in a place where most would sooner gut you than offer a helping hand. Oft the only place to make a living is in the shadowy corners that lie outside the watchful gaze of the law. Now, I don't expect you to embrace us like brothers and sisters straight away, but I know this. I do expect you to apply yourself to this job. In the meantime, I'll be working with the family to ascertain the whereabouts of our prey. And I like that so much better than I was afraid it was like a mob thing, but no, I like that it's a family of exiles, basically. I don't know why they were exiled. Presumably presumably nothing. I don't know why they were exiled. Whether it's because they were too extreme and I don't know. Did they just oppose what the Empire stood for? Did they just want to travel? We don't know yet. In the meantime, I'll be working with the family to ascertain the whereabouts of our prey. I expect that scythe to be like an extension of your own body when next we speak. The harvest begins indeed. All right, next is probably going to be 72, I'm guessing, or 73. Okay. So alongside my red mage leveling in Endwalker itself, I'll be working on Reaper so that basically, I mean, I don't want to blow through it, but I want to make it so that when I max out on because I'm doing all the side quests, I'm doing fates and all that sort of stuff as I go. I want to make it so that when I max out, when I still on Red Mage and I still have like main story quests to go, I'll be able to switch and still get experience on a Reaper, or even a Sage if it comes to that. If I max out this too, so yeah, that's going to be it for me for now. Bye bye.